Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to CraftStash Live. We have got an Easter and spring special for you today. Now, looking out the window, you may not be thinking it feels very spring-like, but warmer weather's on the way. Honestly, it's got to be, hasn't it? Normally I talk about the weather, but we won't do that too much today because I'm sure you're all experiencing the same as we are here. So we've got not one, not two, but 3 new collections for me to talk you through today. And we are starting with one of my favourites and my favourite crafting lady in the entire craft industry as well, Christina Griffiths. We will come to Christina in just a moment and have a quick hello with her, but I need to just run over a few housekeeping things first of all. First of all, thank you for joining us, and could you tag, could you share, make sure people know that we're here on this Friday afternoon. If any of you have been told not to come into work, maybe you're having your lunch break at the moment today, I thank you for joining us, and you will love this show because we're looking at so much. We've got beautiful demonstrations from Christina. I'll be playing with paper a little bit as well, and we've got giveaways too. So there's 2 crafting bundles to give away, and these are actually coming from one of our new collections from the RSPB collection, the Spring Flowers, Spring Birds collection. I'll show you that in just a little while. We're going to split the show today. So the first part is going to be these beautiful cards that I'm knocking and that you can see in front of me. So these are the Card Making Magic flower box cards. They are stunning. Now Christina, who is the lovely designer of Card Making Magic, we're going to just join her for a quick hello now. So good morning, no, good afternoon, Christina.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Very well. Not enjoying the weather, but I'm very well.
Oh, no, we were just discussing that because we're both on the coast, albeit other ends of the country, so It's a little bit wet and windy out there. But we're in the warm. You were saying you're going to put your log burner on in a little while.
Yeah.
Batten down the hatches and snuggle down cosy.
Yeah, if Ruby lets me. She's giving me a guilt trip at the moment. She's sat here looking at me.
Well, just hold her face up to the window and maybe she'll get the idea when she sees the odd chair or something flying past. Garden chair. These are beautiful in front of me. I've got the cards in front of me. Absolutely stunning. What was the idea, the concept behind the flower box collection?
Well, just to send really a very special card to somebody, and it was inspired by a flower box that was sent to someone with real flowers in it.
Yeah.
So I've done it with the flowers that are in the actual collection, but in the front of you there, I see you've got the ones that have got the silk flowers in them.
Yes,
and of course the box won't fold then, but it really does make it look something extra special.
Absolutely.
With the silk flowers in
I'm
it.
just actually going to come back so people can see what you were talking about briefly. So Christina's talking about in this one here and in this one here, there are some pre-made or silk flowers in there and they look beautiful, but as you can see they are dimensional. Now these other ones that have been made with the paper flowers do fold flat and they simply pop up. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? They pop away, so you can pop them in a flat envelope and then the recipient can lift it up. That's a keeper, isn't it, Christina? That's a card.
Yes,
and
yes,
just quickly before we come back to you, I'll just show you this one as well.
Very intricate, Lou, but they're quite easy to make. And of course, once you've got those folded flat,
there we go.
They will fit in an ordinary sized envelope quite easily.
So is that an 8x8, that envelope?
That's an 8x8 envelope, and that fits inside there perfectly.
Gorgeous.
And now you can pop that in the post and send it to somebody, and when they get it, they can open it out and it's there ready.
That's another lovely example.
They are extra special.
They really are. These are the sort of ones that go on your mantelpiece, aren't they? And you give us a gift, but they're kind of a gift in itself, not just a card anymore. And of course, I suppose you could pop gifts if it's sweeties or I don't know what, it depends who you're giving them to, but sweeties, money, gift cards and things inside there as well if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're brave enough, you can also adapt the little box that's inside it with some kind of a waterproof container, and you could actually put real flowers in there, put some oasis inside it, a little bit of water, and put some real flowers in it.
Lovely. I'm loving all these ideas, Christina. They're absolutely beautiful. So there's 2 types, isn't there?
There's two types, yeah. Now, just go back to this one again.
Yeah.
This doesn't have to be a box. You can add this to, you could make a shaped card out of that. Or you could add the whole lot to a card front. You could just use the flowers on their own on a card front.
Beautiful, of course.
There's a lot you can do with it.
There's a lot of options, What I'm going to do, Christina, you've kindly created a demonstration video for us to play, an exclusive video that no one's seen before, so we can all see how one of these go together. I'm going to come back and read a few of these comments today and talk people through some extra offers and things. But Christina, you're going to jump onto Facebook, aren't you now? And
yes, I am, yes.
Read through the comments. So you can all chat to Christina in the comments. And don't forget, if you are commenting, of course, that's you in with a chance of winning a selection of craft goodies that I'll talk you through a little bit more in a little while. So Christina, thank you so much for saying hello to us and talking you through the collection.
Thank you, Lou. It's nice to talk to you.
And you. And personally, I will see you next week.
You will.
Hopefully everyone else will see you soon.
Good. Okay.
Take care of yourself. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
There you go, lovely Christina. Now, as I said, I'm going to say hello to a few people. So I'm going to go right back to the beginning. This is the bit I often forget, don't I? Roseanne, she says, looks like a blooming lovely bundle. Yes, it is. Lovely play on words there. Trish Fairclough says the cards are beautiful. Cheryl says hi to Christina, and Karen says lovely cards as well. Now, Christine Howard, she normally works on Fridays, but she's off today. Hooray. Hello, there's many of you commenting. Obviously, I can't shout out to every single one of you, but thank you so much for joining us. Now, if you have commented, or if you're thinking about just putting a quick hello or a comment, that means you're automatically in with a chance of winning an RSPB bundle of craft goodies. Simply comment on there and 2 names will be chosen from the comments both on Facebook and YouTube, so that's 1 from each platform, at the end of the hour, I'll announce those straight away. So you'll know by the end of this hour whether or not you've won. Now that bundle is worth, I think it's actually worth more because we've got it discounted at the moment, but we've got it on sale for $44.99 at the moment, so that's a lovely big bundle to get playing with as soon as you receive it. Now, offers today, as you can see already, this flower box collection, and I'll talk you through the products in just a second, they are from as low as $8.99, so it's not really breaking the bank there. You've got stamp and die sets, and then you've got the die sets that create the beautiful shaped cards. Now, if you are spending over £30, as you can see, which way am I going? That way, ta-da! Got me back to front. If you're spending over £30, you're going to get a free stamp set. Now, all you need to do is put over £30 worth of flower box cards into your basket at craftstash.co.uk or craftstash.us. And when you go to checkout, you will automatically get a pop-up to say that you qualify for this free stamp set. Would you like to add it to your order? And you'll be able to then view that stamp set as well. So it's as easy as that. Obviously, we have a deal of the day and we have a bargain of the week. I will go through those in a bit more detail in a little while. But I think what we need to do is just very quickly come down to my desk. I'll just move these out the way so I don't knock them over. They are absolutely stunning, but they are beautiful, but they are all made using these. So the collection consists mostly of these 2 die sets. So you have your A5 that creates this one, absolutely gorgeous, and there are different variations of this as well, so you can create this. If I just bring in this one with the sloped sides at the front and the back, and as you can see, all folds flat. So that's the A5. Obviously the dies are much larger than you see on the packaging. And then we've got our 6x6 as well, and that's the envelope cards, which are these ones. Look at all that dimension. And this one, as Christina said, she did pop some silk flowers into this one. I need to thank Pauline, the lovely Pauline Hickey, as well, for making some beautiful examples of these cards. And then we have, to complement these, the stamp and die sets too. So we've got the Perfect Flowers stamp and die set. You can see these flowers everywhere. This is what's been used on this one to create all that lovely flowers and foliage. And then we've also got the Perfect Sentiments too. Again, die and stamp set. So there's 14 pieces in here. Wonderful names. I'm just going to lift the stamps out of this because they are much larger than you see on the packet, and then you have those outline dies as well, including the outline dies for things like the leaves and the flowers too. Now of course the most fun of these lives is seeing demonstrations, so let's just see Christina in action using the 6x6 flower box card die set.
Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. So this is the new flower box collection, and there are two different sizes of boxes in this. One is an A5 flower box and the other is the 6x6. Then you have the Perfect Flowers die and stamp combination. You also have the Perfect Sentiments die and stamps, and they are dies and stamps together in one box. Now yours won't come on a magnetic sheet. I have added mine to the sheet so that I know where they are, but these will all match up together. And then you also have two separate stamp sets with different verses on them. This is the Made with Love, and this one is the Perfect Verses. So for today I'm going to use the 6x6 and I'm going to add some Perfect Flowers to it, and then we'll decide what else we need from the stamp and die combinations to make our card work. So from the Perfect Flowers, the first thing I'm going to do is stamp out all my flowers. Then with some coloured pencils I'm going to colour them all in. Now I'm not spending time colouring these flowers because it takes such a long time to do them, and I'll cover these in another video. So once I've coloured them, I can then add my dies and tape them in place. And once I've got them all taped in place, I can cut them out. So I've cut my flowers out, and then from the other dies that don't have corresponding stamps, I've also cut some leaves. So now we're ready to start creating the box. So from the box dies, we want the largest one of the back portions, and we want the front. This is going to create the pocket. So I've cut one piece of this for the back of the box, and for the pocket to the box I've cut these three pieces. Now all the rest of these dies will create layers for you. So I'm going to take the next die down from the one that cut my base, and I'm going to cut a dark layer. Then I'm going to take the scalloped one and I'm going to cut a paler one. Come down to the next plain layer, down to the next scallop layer and cut another layer. And then from this one we'll cut a layer, and this is the piece that goes on the front of the box. So again we'll cut, and I don't think I'll get that out of there, so I'll have to use another piece to cut this. So just to recap on what we've cut a white base and a white pocket. These are the things that go inside the pocket, so keep them on one side. Then I've used all the layers from this, and I have cut these for the back, and I've alternated the colours as we come down the card. And then this will go on the front of here, and that will go there. So that's where we're up to at the moment. Now you can, if you want to, add more layers in with these or any of the labels, but we're just going to leave it at that for the moment and put this together. So the first thing I'm going to do is fold all these score lines in, and then while it's still flat I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to glue these two panels onto the front. And we'll leave just a little border around the edges, and then we'll do the same with this one. So once you have these in place, you can fold in the sides. Now you can add these centre panels before you glue it in place, or you can do this after. So what I'm going to do now is add some glue along these side panels, along here, and this side. Now you can either wrap these around the back, which means you'll put your glue on the inside, or you can add them to the front like I'm doing here. And you'll just need to make sure that they're lined up properly there. And you're going to do the same with this side. Now once you've done that, once you've added in your back panels, those tabs will be hidden. Now if you wanted to put it on the back, you could do that, and then you could add another piece on the back that would hide the workings there. The choice is up to you. And now I'm going to slide this other panel in to the position that I want it in the card. So we'll stand that up. We've got one at the front there. So we'll put this one towards the back, and we'll just add this in along here, and we'll leave that to set up. So once you have these now glued in place, you will find that the card will fold flat. What I'm going to do now is add in these back panels, and once that's added in there, you won't see the joins on the tabs there. So there are the layers to your box now, and it's ready now to add the flowers to. Now from the Perfect Sentiments die and stamp set, I'm going to take birthday flowers and the die set that goes with it, and I'm going to stamp and colour that, cut that out onto some of the paler turquoise card. So there's my sentiment, and I'm now going to stamp out, "May your birthday be full of happy hours and bouquets of flowers." And I'm going to take this from the Verses set, and I'm going to stamp that onto the card there. And then I'm going to take this large rectangle die, and I'm going to place that around that stamp set, and I'm going to cut that out. So now we can add our flowers into place, and I'm just going to glue these flat to the back. So I've got two different shades of green here and two different styles of leaves. So I'm just going to pop them along the back there, and we'll leave room for the sentiment, which is going to sit along there. So we'll pop the sentiment in first, and then we know what we're working around. So the little shelves in the back of the pocket are so that you can raise your flowers onto different levels. And I think we'll put this onto some foam. flowers and your sentiments wherever you would like them, but the box will still fold flat and fit in a larger envelope when you're ready to post it. So I'm just going to add these in now in different areas where I would like them on my box. So I've added in extra foliage, and just to strengthen these daffodils which are floating quite loose, I've added some backings to them. So I've cut another piece and I'm just going to add this to the back of the daffodil, and that will hold the stem in place and hide it as the workings, and it will give a little bit more strength to that daffodil head. So there we have the box now, and it still folds flat, and just to show you that it does fit into an envelope, this is an 8x8 envelope. Fold it flat, carefully pop it into the envelope and close it, and there you have a beautiful card ready to send to your recipient, and when they open it up it will stand on its own. So there's your flower box all ready to send. The items that I've used are the 6x6 flower box die set, the Perfect Flowers die and stamp set, and the Perfect Sentiments die and stamp set. And I've also used a stamp from this Perfect Verses set, and this is all part of the flower box collection. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
That was so simple to put together, wasn't it? And absolutely stunning when it's done. Like I say, that's going to be more than just a card. It's actually going to be a gift in itself to somebody. Particularly, do you know, if someone's feeling a bit poorly, it's a lovely way of giving flowers without having to try and keep them alive, because I'm not so good at that. I just saw a lovely comment that I wanted to share with you. Somebody, it was actually on the YouTube platform, said, seems to be some of our regular names missing today. So firstly, I love that we have this whole CraftStash family and people that are chatting and recognising each other in the chat every time we do a live video. So first of all, thank you if you do come and join us every week or as often as you can. But also there's obviously, there's bad weather. So I'd imagine there's a lot of power lines and a lot of internet cables playing up today. So, but if you are either struggling to watch because your internet connection isn't playing ball, or maybe you just haven't got time, or maybe you've got to run in the garden and save your garden furniture, please do catch up. You can watch us again on YouTube or Facebook later on. The videos will stay there indefinitely, so you can always come back and watch again later. So let's do another very quick or a brief overview of this collection that we were just talking about. So it's the Card Making Magic Flower Box collection, the beautiful florals and the two cards that you can make, the two different types. Christina has just made the envelope, the 6x6. It's not actually a 6x6 when it's open, but if you wanted to score along here and fold it down, that would be more of a 6x6 size. You can see there. And then we've also got the the A5 version here, which is that shape too. So they're all available at the moment, and if you spend over £30, you're going to get your free stamp set that is offered to you at checkout. Everything else in the collection is from only £8.99. Now I'm going to pop these away, and I'm going to just share with you today our bargain of the week. So if you haven't seen, we have a bargain of the week now every week. Now this comes along on a Friday, and it usually, or it should last until the following Friday or the Thursday evening, but very often these sell out. What these bargains of the week is usually something we are very low in stock of, that has been very popular, and we want to just give you that last chance at getting a bit of a look in with it in case you missed it on the CraftStash website or maybe on the emails. And today it's the Gemini Jigsaw collection. So you can create your own jigsaws, whether it's with your stamped images, with your photos, maybe with printed and patterned papers, whatever it is, whatever you're creating these wonderful jigsaws from, you then have the opportunity to put them on a card, maybe make an actual jigsaw from them. You know, the possibilities really are endless, but they are only down to £6.99, which is a fantastic price. It's like almost almost £6, almost half price, but we have got ridiculously low stock levels now. So if you like the look of these, please do go and check those out on craftstash.co.uk. Okay, so coming back, let's take a look at our next spring themed collection. So we're now looking at a collection from RSPB. This is designed by ourselves at CraftStash along with RSPB. So anything you buy from our charities, 10% will go to that particular charity. So with this one, the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. This is such a beautiful collection. Now let's look at the products first of all. As you can see here, we have got the complete bundle. That's everything I'm showing you is only £44.99. That's reduced. But if you're going to be picking and choosing elements from this and spending over £15, you're going to get the stencil, which I'll show you in a moment, for free. Again, pop the items into your basket, go over to checkout, and as long as your items qualify, that stencil will pop up at checkout there. So first of all, the spring garden birds. Now these are so pretty. Okay, if you love your birds, if you're a bit of a twitcher, I don't think you're going to see many today unless they've been taken by the wind. Hopefully they're all hibernating in their nests and their bird boxes today. But look at these, they are stunning. We've got watercolour images, we've got sentiment strips that you can cut out as well. The colours are amazing. There's almost a bit of an oriental theme going on here with what looks like a hummingbird there. Gorgeous strips you can cut out, and then the papers, aren't they amazing? These are so beautiful. They're all 8x8. Now I'm not going to guess at the GSM, I'm going to see. I can't remember what the GSM, 190 GSM, but do you know what? That surprises me. It feels thicker to me. I think it's because it's got that lovely matte finish. So you can stamp on it if you want to. You can emboss it. You can sand it back because they are single-sided sheets. So you've got the white core in there. Aren't they beautiful, those colours? I hope those colours are coming through as well as I can see them through the camera, because they are absolutely stunning. You've got some ditzy florals here. You've got a very elegant, I'd love a wallpaper like this, wouldn't you? In that colour with that, it's almost a subtle print. It would be perfect as a background. And then we're going to repeat ourselves through these images. As you can see, you've got lots and lots of sheets there. In fact, we have, so there's 4 patterned papers and 3 topper sheets. So that's 5 elements times 3. That doesn't quite add up, does it, to me? I think I've got something wrong there. Either way, there's 24 sheets in total. So they're the papers, and of course you can do so much with that on their own. But then we've got some other elements. We've got the embossing folder as well. Now this is gorgeous. It's like a cherry blossom there, isn't it? Could be a bit oriental if you wanted it to be. Very delicate, very beautiful. In fact, let me just show you. I was going to show you these cards as I went along. Let me show you, where one is it? It's this one. Okay, so there's that cherry blossom. Now all I've done is simply embossed a piece of cardstock with that. I did spritz it with water first so I get a really deep emboss, and then brushed over. I don't know if you've seen them on the CraftStash website, but these finger daubers are perfect for this. I've simply brushed over the raised areas very lightly with what ink was already on my daubers. I didn't even add any more to get this really beautiful, delicate effect. A simple banner here, cut from those papers, and that card is good to go, and it's so stunning. So that's the embossing folder as well. Then we have the stamps. Now these are so incredibly detailed, they really are beautiful. You've got all sorts of birds in there. Please don't ask me to name my birds, I'm not that clever. I just know they look pretty. That's about as far as my expertise go. But we also have florals in here too that you can use, and a butterfly too. It's got wings, so it all goes. Let me just see. So there's one there for you. Look at that. Isn't that just absolutely lovely? Stamps perfectly. And do you know what? Just black and white is enough. And then this one, simply a smearing, a smudge of colour with my Distress Oxides in the background, and then 2 of the gorgeous birds stamped, again, just in black. No need to even colour there. Then we have our stencil. Now this stencil, I'm actually going to take this out because I want to be able to show you this. Bear with me while I just unpeel it from the backing. I want to be able to show you this properly because this is the stencil that you're going to be getting for free. Let me just see if I've got a coloured piece of paper here. It's not black, but you can see the design that you're getting. Lots of florals and birds there. That's your freebie when you're spending over £15 on our entire RSPB collection here, the Spring Garden Birds. And then we've got this die. This is beautiful. I really, really love this one. Let me show you. It's a silhouette die, or what I call a silhouette die. How stunning is that? It doesn't matter what colour you put in the background, it's going to look amazing. Simply cut from black. Alternatively, cut it from a colour, a green or a brown, ink some elements of it, colour it in with your alcohol pens, whatever you do with it. It's a full card in itself, and again, it's absolutely stunning. I'm over on, where am I today? I'm actually over on YouTube at the moment. So let me see, Fifi Stamper, hello to you. Such a beautiful RSPB collection, so pretty. The cards are gorgeous, love the simple designs, they're stunning. They are, aren't they? They're actually quite simple designs. That means you can do quite simple cards, but they're going to look gorgeous. So that's the Songbirds die set. And then this is my favourite. I've left this till last. In fact, that card's been peeking out at you the whole time. This is such a simple card to make in absolutely no time at all with this die. That's what I was looking for earlier with the elements from the paper kit, but it got caught up. So there's some paper kit elements you can mix and match. Let me run this through my die cutting machine for you and show you how well it cuts. Now, because this is a large die, it's going to potentially need to go through once or twice just to get all the different angles. Now, when you cut this, you actually do get that frame around the outside. It's just a little bit smaller than A5. So if you've got yourself an A5 card base, this is going to sit perfectly on it. Do you know what? Cutting it just from black on its own is ideal because you can either put colour behind it or just put white behind it if you want to. This option here, all I did with this is I took some Distress Oxides. Let me just lift that up so you can see it without my arm in the way. I took some Distress Oxides, I simply blended them onto a mat, I spritzed a bit of water to give me some speckles in there, and then I placed the whole white die cut over the top. That's as simple as that was. It really is the easiest card to make, and of course the most beautiful as well. Now let me lift this out. This is all cut so well. I've actually got bits in my machine that I'll just take away. Anybody who knows me, who's seen me crafting live before, knows I'm actually a really clean crafter, and I can't concentrate if I'm not tidying up as I go. Not that my desk always looks like it, but I promise you when I'm TV or video crafting, I am extremely tidy. Look at this, all the pieces are just falling out everywhere. You've got like that cherry blossom in there. You've got the beautiful bird and the feathers. How pretty is that? Now let me hold this over a colour for you, just so you can see that silhouette. Now, something else you can do with this is paper piece it. So you can cut this a couple of times from different colours and piece the elements back in. So you'd probably want a brown for the branches, maybe a pink or a yellow for the petals there. You've got the butterfly, it could just be white. You've then got the colours of the wings and the tail feathers for the bird to paper piece back in too. So you can do that from black, or I've got a white version here, and you can stagger these as well. So you could either put this one behind the other so you can see a slight black. I mean, how three-dimensional does that look now? Or you could do this the other way, so the black's on top. I'm just talking about really quick cards here. How beautiful is this die set? I think it's something you need in your stash. There we go. So just positioning that, you've got that highlight. I mean, it just makes it really pop. The background is just a simple plain piece of cardstock. I mean, yes, I did do the distress ink and everything here, but just plain. You could batch make these. You could do 5 different colour backgrounds. There we go. Bundle them up, pop them on for sale at your craft fair, whatever. A craft fair's back on now. I've not seen any around here for a little while, but I hope they are soon. So that's one of the die sets. Another one I want to just do for you here is one of that cherry blossom embossing folder. Now I'm just going to have to pop this to the side and tidy that up in a moment. Oh, do you know what? I've done it now. It's tidy. It's done. It doesn't take long, does it? Something else I want to do is that embossing folder. Now with this we can simply emboss and it will be gorgeous. We could emboss and we could sand back. So my cardstock is white on the underside. That means if I sand the colour back from this after embossing, I'm going to get that white image come through. But I'm not going to. I'm going to do another technique with you. So it's actually adding embossing powder to it, and you can choose any colours you like for this, and I think this is really going to actually work towards that kind of oriental feel. Now for this I'd recommend using a brayer to apply your ink, because the flat hard surface of the brayer here is just going to help with not getting too much on the background, and it's not the end of the world if you do get it on the background. In fact, I'm going to use, I just spotted it, I'm going to use an even bigger brayer. I've got all sorts of different sizes. So clear ink, and I'm going to brayer this clear ink onto the part of the embossing folder that's raised up. So with this one, it's the part that hasn't got the green print on, so the back of the embossing folder. And I'm just going to roll my brayer over the ink pad a few times, and then I'm just going to pop that over the image. There we go. Now you may find that you get some bits of ink on the base of the folder, but don't worry, you're going to mostly capture the parts that you want to. If you can see straight away any parts where you've applied ink accidentally where you don't want them, you can just see there's a piece there. I know there's a piece there. I can see it. You can lift that off. Let's now pop this through our die cutting machine. So I'm going to place my paper in there with the colour facing the ink, and I'm going to close it. I'm not going to do it the other way around. If I was to place my paper on there and then close it, I could risk my paper moving before it's secured. So doing it this way, close that shut and that's secured. Okay, so with my die cutting machine, I'm going to remove the plates that I need to remove, and in this case I'm using the scissors, so I'm just removing the green colour plate, and that allows room for the folder to then fit into my machine. Obviously check with your machine with the instructions which plates need to be removed or changed so you can put an embossing folder through. Let's run that. Sorry, my desk isn't big enough to be able to show you actually die cutting it. Now I'm going to go one way and then I'm also going to go the other. Doesn't really matter with embossing. Usually you get an absolutely perfect emboss first time. Let's just pop these out of the way and away like so, tidying up as I go, and then I'm going to lift this up, and I can see already the emboss is beautiful. It's going to show up even more. Look at the emboss on the white side. How stunning is that? Now I will wash this. The beauty of embossing folders is that they are absolutely washable. Now just taking here an embossing powder. This is a gorgeous gold. It's from Wow. It's the just metallic gold, rich and regular. So they have different size particles with their embossing powders. So this is the regular one, which is your normal average one. Quite fine, gets in all the detail. So just sprinkling that over. This is always the reveal for me, tapping it off. You can see that has just caught the outlines there of the cherry blossom. Now let me quickly put this powder away and heat set that, and that's really highlighting those gorgeous florals. I'm actually surprised I haven't got any powder where I didn't want it, which is wonderful. So heat set. This is my nice quiet heat gun. It's the Heat It craft tool from Ranger. It's the quietest one, and if you do videos and things like this, which a lot of us do now with YouTube, then this is definitely the best one to go for because it is so quiet. And you can talk over it. So try and do this so maybe you can see it melting as I dry it or heat it, set it. Look at that. Is anyone else absolutely amazed by heat embossing even after years and years of doing it? It blows me away every time. It's just like magic. Now this is, with this gold, it's actually giving me even more of an oriental feel with this particular embossing folder. It's so pretty. Let's just work my way around. I think I've got it all there. How pretty is that? Absolutely gorgeous. And you can go ahead and you could use elements from the paper kit here to layer over the top, or use it on its own. So pretty. Okay, so that is the RSPB kit. Let's pop these to the side because I do have another one that I want to bring in. In fact, while I'm bringing that in, I'm just going to show you this because it's very exciting. Here at CraftStash, we're going to be bringing you more lives. We're actually going to be bringing you midweek lives as well now, which I can't wait for. And on Wednesday, this is a date for your diary, Wednesday, lunchtime, we're going to be bringing you Sam Cowcott. Yes, so we've got a very exciting day in the office, the whole of the DT next week, and Sam's going to be up in the office and she's going to be live from the CraftStash studio showing her brand new slide and reveal, or slide and reveal collection. So please do join us for that. Now I want to introduce you to a couple of friends of mine. Here you go, look at these. Aren't they beautiful? So we've got the bunny and we've got the sheep. I need names for them actually, everybody, please. I do need names. Now these are part of our third and final collection that I'm going to be showing you today, or talking about today. Talking of cute, actually, I want to just tell you, ignore this just for a second because there's something very cute. Have you seen the new pink ink stamps? New to CraftStash, go and check those out. There's a koala, there's a kangaroo, there's a pelican. They are absolutely adorable. The Down Under collection, go and check those out as well today. If you love pink ink stamps, they're new. Get them quick, they always sell out super quick. But coming back to our cute little not so far down under animals, we've got the bunny and we've got the lamb here, but we've got others too. Now these are, like I say, part of our Honeycomb collection. The Honeycomb refers to the paper that we've used for the tummies. There's so much more you can do with this paper though. It really is absolutely. Oh, Bella Bunny. I like that name because my daughter is Isabel. So Bella Bunny. Lovely. Love that. She's Bella. That's it. I've just seen one. I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone else has commented. I just saw the first name. There we go. We just need one for the lamb as well, please. If I can have a name. So I'm on YouTube at the minute. I'll pop over to Facebook and see you all over there as well. There you are, you're coming. Yep, come, and then let's find me a name for the sheep as well, or for the lamb. So let's start with this collection. Let's start with the stamps. These are beautiful. So we've got Happy Easter. I'm so excited. Some Bunny Loves You, which actually would be really cute for Valentine's as well, along with the bunny. That comes around every year, doesn't it? I'm so extra. Do you know what? My son keeps calling himself extra, and I don't really know what it means, but I think it's like a special. I'm special, I'm amazing, that sort of thing. He's quite confident. You've got to and from there, so you can make labels, tags for your Easter gifts as well. Pull, peel and stick. Now I will explain that in just a little while. Then you've got bunny kisses and Easter wishes and some really cute little bunny ears. They're actually in the shape of a heart, so they're adorable. So there's the stamps. Now you've also got 4 die sets. I'm going to lay these out so you can see all of them at the same time. We have got our chick, our Easter egg, we've got our lamb and our bunny. Now you can see an example of the bunny and the lamb here. I've actually done these a little bit different. So on the packaging, obviously they look a lot smaller, so you can imagine the size that the chick's going to be, the same sort of size. Larry Lamb, there we go, just saw the first one. A couple of people have actually said Larry Lamb, so there we go, we've got Larry and we've got Bella. So you can see the size that these are going to be. You're not only getting the particular animal, but you're also getting all the other elements. Look at this one. So we've got a watering can, we've got a carrot, we've got florals as well. We've got the arrow saying this way. We've got the grass. That's all included. That's actually one of those stamps there on this one, along with the flowers. I've done these a little bit distressed textured, a little bit my sort of style, but you can see examples on the packaging as well if you love that kind of pastel springtime look and feel as well. If you want to make these with the kids in the Easter holidays, these are going to be absolutely perfect because there's such a fun element to them. So like I say, you get the animals, you also have the large egg, and then you get the dies to cut out their tummies for each of them, or the egg, you get the slightly larger die. Now I'm going to cut this from the honeycomb paper to show you how it works. You've got your rainbows, your Easter egg, your butterflies, all sorts going on in there as well. Now don't forget everybody, if you're commenting, you're going to be in with a chance of winning a selection of that, well not a selection, it's actually the complete RSPB bundle. Just say hello, that's all you need to do. Say hello and you're in with the chance of winning. But let's cut some of this honeycomb paper. As you can see, I've been using this, it is my own one. So it doesn't matter which way you cut it, where you cut it. Essentially what this is a bit like your crepe paper, your tissue paper, probably about 20 layers. And if I just try and grip the ends here as best I can, try and get a sheet from here, and if I pull it, you can see what it's like. So it's basically glued together in kind of crisscrosses all the way through. So don't worry about where you're cutting this. I'm going to try and be frugal and pop this towards the edge and just tape my die down. But this tissue paper, all of these layers will go through a die cutting machine, no problem whatsoever. I'm going to pop my green plate that I took out a little while ago for die cutting. I just need to pop that back into the sandwich and place this through. Now as it goes through the machine, I'm not changing my plates. I'm actually using the exact same die cutting sandwich as I'd use for any sort of paper or cardstock. So don't worry about that. We have got, while I'm doing this, we've got a deal of the day actually. If you love your spring flowers, our deal of the day is from Apple Blossom today, and it's actually a stamp and die bundle, and it's reduced down to $7.49. Do you know what, CraftStash do so many amazing deals and offers every single day. Sign up to the emails and you'll be able to get ahead with each of them. We've got a deal of the day, we have a bargain of the week, then we have new offers and such. It goes on and on. So take a look at this. So this is our egg shape, and to be honest, the tummies that I've done here, they do work in a very similar way. You do, because you've die cut, everything's kind of squished together at the edges, so you do just need to open these. Now what you're going to do is let's take a piece of cardstock. Let's do this now. So let's take some, I'm just trying to find my single-sided tape, sorry. I'm going to take some here, just some tape, and I'm going to glue this down. Now you can glue this with wet glue, you can glue it with hot glue, it doesn't matter. Whatever suits you best, whatever your preference is for paper glue. Lift up the edges of the tape here. I'm going to just glue one side down at first. Don't try and attempt to do both sides at the same time because it's really difficult. So as I pop this onto my paper, what I'm then going to do is lift up this edge, fold this over. As you can see, you just need to release the edges there. And you're going to glue this other side down as well. And that's going to create that shape for you. Loosen everything up. That's going to create your three-dimensional egg. How fun is that? Now, I wouldn't necessarily send this already opened. I would put my tape on the back, leave the backing on, and then that's where your stamps come in, because then you can stamp, peel and stick, or pull, or however you want. You might want to put a little tab on there for them to pull and peel and stick, so people know how to work the egg. But isn't that fun? So you've got the full Easter egg there. This would make amazing Easter decor as well if you're having like a garden party maybe, or an Easter egg hunt. Or you can use the smaller dies in with the animals to create the tummies. So just to show you, do you know what? Let's make this card. Let's do one last card before we have to disappear for the day, and I have to try and get home in the wind. It'll be exciting, won't it? It'll be different at least. So there we go. Last chance, everybody, to get your comments in before I need to be thinking about the winners. It won't be long now. So you've got a few more minutes, and I'll be announcing those. All I've done here is I have taken from this die set, which is where that egg die comes from. So you can see the size of the egg. I've actually taken these pieces, the florals. You get a lot in these, as you can see, all of these different pieces. I really love this kind of scribbled line egg. You've then got the beautiful outline that can go around. So if I just bring this back in, you can see you can put a frame around your egg as well. It's a fantastic set, and I think you're going to be using this for so much more, because when I make this card, until I put the word Easter on it, the card I'm about to make, you wouldn't think it's just for Easter. You've got smaller versions, so you can make smaller eggs as well if you want to. Now you can also, with this honeycomb paper, you can simply hand cut images. If you want to hand cut yourself, try a heart. I'm really interested. I'd like to try a heart shape, actually, half a heart, then open it up. So while I'm putting this together, I'll just explain to you the deal that we've got. Is at the moment there's bundles on these, so it's choose any one of the 4 die sets. The stamp set and the honeycomb paper comes together in a bundle for only $22.99 for everything. There's a lot of dies, a lot of images in each and every one of these, so you're going to be using them time after time, and I think not just for Easter either. So I'm using the elements from the Easter egg set, just placing these down. Now I'm flipping them. I've cut them from green, but I'm going to turn them over so that I can create a wreath that just points both ways, like so. Now normally I would probably think about actually drawing a circle on there to get a nice even circle, but I won't worry. It doesn't matter. I think wreaths are natural. They're natural foliage, aren't they? They kind of need to be a natural shape. So if they're a little bit off from a circle, that's fine. So putting down my base layers, first of all there, sticky fingers. And then I'm going to come in with my other foliage as well, just gluing down the stems so that I can keep the leaves lifted up. So if I want to later on, I can lift these up and give it lots of texture. The same on the other side here. Oops. There we go. Let's just take a look at the comments quickly. I'm on Facebook here. Jeanette says says she's never seen the paper before. It's absolutely lovely paper. Honestly, it's so much fun. And like I say, if you have got, for example, if you've got any kids at home, grandkids, nieces, nephews, whatever they may be, you can be using this Easter holidays to play with, any time of year really to play with. It's really good fun. I've just torn, I don't know if you saw that, I just separated one of these foliage pieces just because I can, just to make it go a little bit further. Then we've got some really nice pink leaves, or flowers, not leaves. I'm going to put these on as well, just space them out quite evenly, and I'm sort of putting them towards the ends of some of the stems to kind of cover up those. I'm going to tuck this one under these leaves a little bit, and then I've got a nice bright blue as well, and I'm going to overlap some of the flowers, so we start getting that really sort of dimensional and layered look with these. And then one more flower just tucked under here. There we go. And lastly, I've die cut the word happy. There we go. So we've got the word happy. What's the other word? There is another word. Oh, hunting. Happy hunting. So if you want to really do an Easter card with eggs on. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that wind. I hope it's not actually too noisy for everyone. But I've got the word happy there. And I chose to do that from a kind of a grey colour rather than a black. I'd usually go for black, but I think that's actually more spring-like. Lightening up the colours, still sticking to my neutral colours for the sentiment. Happy Easter there. A really quick and easy card. Let's make sure that stays stuck where it should, because I've obviously got a little bit of glue on my fingers. It's lifting everything up. Happy Easter. Now that has been made only using the kind of the extra elements from one of the kits, so without even any of those animals in there. So the bundles are, you've got the stamp set. You can buy all of these individually, by the way. Everything can be bought individually, but if you like everything working together, you've got the paper, the stamp set, and then any one of these dies, and they are your bundles for $22.99. So I think we're at the stage now where we really need to be thinking about choosing some winners. And I have some names on my phone as if by magic already. So let's take a look at these and see who our winners are today. So we have got, for the winners of the RSPB bundles, thank you so much everybody for commenting. We have got Lorraine Rhodes from over on Facebook, congratulations to you. And we've got Natalie Washbrook from YouTube, and congratulations to you as well. If both of you would like to email the customer services team at CraftStash, let us have your postal address and we will get those bundles out to you. Now everybody, if you weren't a winner, there is another opportunity for you to win. And it's a little bit different this week as well. Rather than heading over to the CraftStash blog, we'd like you to head over to YouTube instead and find us there. Now I know most of you use YouTube to watch videos and such, so all you need to do is find our account. It's simply CraftStash. When you found us, click on the account and have a look under the tab Community. So under that Community tab, we have got posts there. That's kind of like a news feed there where we put posts. The competition is there. You can go and enter, and there is a third chance of winning that RSPB collection. So go over there and simply enter to win, and we will contact you when the winner has been chosen. Thank you so much everybody for joining me. I've actually got all sorts going on today, so let's recap those offers very quickly. So we've had the RSPB collection, so that's with the free stencil when you're spending over £15, the complete bundle which Natalie and Lorraine, sorry I forgot the name very quickly then, Natalie and Lorraine just won, and one of you are also going to win later in the week. So that's from RSPB, plus 10% of those proceeds all go to the charity as well. Then we also had from Creative Designs, as you just saw, Honeycomb Easter. Don't forget there is a Honeycomb Christmas as well. So if you're thinking ahead to the end of the year, there's green, red and white honeycomb paper, and there's Christmas style dies to go with them. So if you're loving that idea, go and check those out too. The bundles for the die, the paper and stamps are only £22.99. And lastly, or rather firstly, at the beginning, we had the lovely Christina Griffiths joining us for her flower box collection. Now, the elements were starting from only £8.99 for the stamp sets, the stamp and die sets. You've got, if you're spending over £30, you're going to get the free stamp set. That's the Made with Love stamp set. Absolutely beautiful. And that's those 3D box cards. You saw Christina's demonstration. If you didn't, if you've joined us late and you missed her making that beautiful card, you can go back and watch either on YouTube or on Facebook. Now, as I said to you, there is a live on Wednesday, 12:30 on Wednesday. That's the lovely Sam Calcott joining us live. I'm not sure if I'll be with her or not. I'm not sure what's going on, but she's going to be launching her brand new collection. Make a note in your diary to join her, because of course there's going to be giveaways and offers on the new collection and everything. Now, all that's left for me to say is I hope that every single one of you do manage to get home super safe. If you're not already home, if you're watching your lunch break. If not, have a really safe weekend, a crafty weekend, because it's the perfect weather for crafting outside. And I will see you again next week. So take care, everybody. Lovely weekend. Bye-bye.